Why do you become a different person under pressure? Think about it. In calm moments, you're capable, thoughtful, clear. But the moment stress hits an important meeting, a difficult conversation, a high-stakes situation, you become someone else. Someone who freezes, who stumbles, who can't access what you know. This isn't you failing. This is your nervous system doing exactly what it was designed to do, and you've never trained it to do anything else. You know the feeling. Heart racing, mind blank, words disappearing. It's like watching yourself malfunction from the inside. You want to perform, but your body won't let you. Your mind won't cooperate. You're a passenger in your own panic. Here's the question nobody asks. What if this isn't a personality flaw? What if it's just an untrained response? Warriors asked this question 800 years ago. They discovered something crucial. The body under stress doesn't need motivation. It doesn't need confidence. It needs training. Specific, deliberate, repeatable training that rewires how you respond when everything is falling apart. This is not about being fearless. Fear is useful. This is about being functional while afraid. There's a difference. Subscribe to this channel. Comment. Describe the last time pressure made you feel like a completely different person. When you name the pattern, you can change it. Now, let me show you what warriors understood about the mind under stress. The parable. The samurai who disappeared. 1615. A dojo in the mountains where young samurai trained for battle. Takeshi was exceptional in practice. His strikes were precise, his footwork clean, his technique flawless. But he had a secret that terrified him. The moment real danger appeared, he vanished. Not physically, mentally. His sensei would switch from wooden practice swords to live steel for testing, and Takeshi would feel himself disappear, like watching his body from far away, hands shaking, breath shallow, mind screaming static. He failed the live steel test 3 times. Each time, the same thing. The moment the stakes became real, the person who was good at this disappeared. Someone else took over. Someone incompetent, frozen, useless. After the 3rd failure, his sensei found him sitting alone. You look like someone who doesn't recognize himself. Sensei, I don't understand. In practice, I can do this. But when it matters, I disappear, like I'm watching someone else fail in my body. The sensei nodded slowly. This is common. More common than you think. Come with me. They walked to a cliff edge. The drop was severe. Rocks and rushing water hundreds of feet below. Approach the edge. Takeshi tried. At 10 feet away, his legs stopped obeying. His breath caught. His heart hammered like it was trying to escape his chest. I can't, sensei. Why not? Because I'll fall. Will you? Or does your body believe you will? Takeshi looked confused. The sensei continued. Your mind sees danger. Real or imagined doesn't matter. Your body responds the same way. It floods you with chemicals designed for one thing: survival. But survival mode and performance mode are opposites. You cannot think clearly while your body is screaming at you to run. He walked to the edge himself, stood calmly, breathing normal. You think I don't feel fear here? You look completely calm, sensei. I feel the fear. My body sends the same signals yours does, but I have trained a different response. The fear arrives. I acknowledge it. Then I breathe. Watch. He closed his eyes. 3 deep, deliberate breaths. His shoulders dropped. His face softened. This is Kokyu-ho, the breath method. Not for relaxation, for combat. Your breath is the only thing you can control when everything else is chaos. And when you control your breath, you send a message to your body. We are not dying. We are performing. Over the next weeks, the sensei taught Takeshi something crucial. The person who disappeared under pressure wasn't weak. He was untrained. His nervous system was doing exactly what millions of years of evolution designed it to do: panic when threatened. But the nervous system can be trained, not through willpower, through practice. The pattern: why you become someone else. Here's what's actually happening when you disappear under pressure. You walk into the important moment. Your brain's amygdala scans for threat. It finds it. Not a tiger, but social threat, professional threat, the possibility of failure, judgment, humiliation. Your amygdala doesn't distinguish between these threats and physical danger. Threat is threat. It activates your sympathetic nervous system. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. Adrenaline spikes. Your heart rate jumps. This is the hijack. And here's what most people don't realize. This response is faster than your conscious thought. Before you can think, stay calm, your body is already in full panic mode. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of you that's smart, articulate, capable, goes offline. Blood flow redirects to your muscles. Your pupils dilate. Your digestive system shuts down. Everything optimizes for one thing: physical survival. But you don't need to run from a presentation. You need to think clearly during it. You don't need to fight during a difficult conversation. You need to stay articulate during it. This is the mismatch. Your body is preparing for a threat that isn't physical. And in that preparation, it disables exactly what you need. This is why you freeze. Why you forget what you plan to say. Why you make mistakes you'd never make in practice. It's not you failing. It's your biology doing its job. The wrong job for the situation. Dr. Andrew Huberman at Stanford studies this. He explains, your autonomic nervous system has two modes: sympathetic fight or flight, parasympathetic rest and clarity. Under stress, you're locked in sympathetic. Your job is to switch modes. And the only way to do that in real time is through your breath. Studies with combat soldiers show those trained in breath control under stress have 60% fewer panic responses and 35% better decision-making in crisis situations. But here's what warriors understood that modern stress management misses. You cannot wait until the crisis to start training. You must train your nervous system in advance, daily, under deliberately uncomfortable conditions. So when the real moment comes, your body recognizes, we've been here before, we know what to do. The practice. The 3 trainings. Takeshi's sensei laid out 3 layers of training. Not theory. Practical methods warriors used to stay functional when everything was falling apart. The first training. Kokyu-ho. The breath bridge. Your breath, the sensei explained, is the bridge between the person you are in chaos and the person you need to be in crisis. When your nervous system hijacks you, you have seconds to intervene, not minutes. Seconds. You cannot talk yourself calm. You cannot think yourself calm. But you can breathe yourself into a different state. The warrior's breath pattern. Breathe in for 4 counts through your nose. Let your belly expand first, then your chest. Hold full for 4 counts. Don't strain. Just pause. Exhale for 6 counts through your mouth. Empty completely. Hold empty for 2 counts. Rest in that space. This specific pattern is not random. The longer exhale activates your vagus nerve. This signals your parasympathetic system to take over. Your heart rate drops. Your prefrontal cortex comes back online. You return to yourself. But here's the crucial part. You must practice this during stress, not just during calm. Takeshi practiced this while standing at the cliff edge every morning. When panic arrived, he breathed. 5 full cycles. The panic peaked. Then it receded. Not because the danger disappeared. Because his body learned, this breath means we're performing, not dying. Practice. Starting today, when you feel stress rising, bad news, difficult moment, pressure building, stop. 5 cycles of warrior breath. Don't wait until you're overwhelmed. Catch it early. Train the intervention. The second training. Mokuso, releasing the weight. The sensei taught Takeshi something unexpected. The weight of outcome is heavier than the weight of the task. Most people enter pressure situations carrying all their hopes and fears. I need this to go well. What if I fail? Everyone will judge me. These thoughts aren't just anxiety, they're weight, and weight slows you down. Warriors practiced releasing attachment to outcome before battle, not because they didn't care, because caring too much creates tension, and tension creates mistakes. Mokuso is the practice of daily mental release. Sit for 5 minutes each morning. Notice thoughts about future outcomes, about needing things to go a certain way. Each time one appears, acknowledge it. There is worry about outcome. Don't fight it. Don't judge it. Just see it. Then release it. Return to breath. This isn't suppression. This is training your mind to drop weight on command. Takeshi practiced this every morning for months. The day of his final test, he sat in Mokuso, noticed his attachment to passing, noticed his fear of failure, named each one, released each one. He entered the test carrying only the task, not the outcome. His mind was clear, his body was ready. He passed. Practice. 5 minutes each morning. Sit. Notice what you're anxious about. Name it. Release it. This trains you to enter pressure moments carrying less weight. Less weight means more performance. The third training. Shugyo. Stress inoculation. You cannot practice the sword in comfort and expect to use it in chaos, the sensei said. You must train under the conditions you'll face. This is the training most people skip. They practice their presentation while relaxed at home. They rehearse the difficult conversation while calm. Then they wonder why they can't perform when stressed. Warriors deliberately practiced under uncomfortable conditions. Takeshi practiced kata while standing in ice water, sparred immediately after running to exhaustion, performed with live steel in front of critical judges. Each time his body protested, his mind wanted to quit, and each time he practiced breathe, clear, perform. This is stress inoculation. You expose yourself to manageable stress while practicing your skill. Your nervous system learns, I can function even when conditions are bad. Then when real pressure hits, your body doesn't panic. It recognizes the feeling. We've trained in worse than this. Modern application. Take whatever you need to perform under pressure. Practice it while deliberately uncomfortable, tired, distracted, with people watching, while standing, after exercise, in noise, once per week, 10 minutes. This builds mental resilience that can't be built any other way. Practice. Identify your high-pressure situation. Now practice the key skill under deliberately difficult conditions. Your nervous system is learning. I perform regardless of how I feel. The transformation. Becoming functional under fire. 6 months into training, Takeshi faced his final test. A real duel. First blood. Against a senior samurai who had never lost. The old Takeshi, the one who disappeared under pressure, would have spent the night before paralyzed, unable to sleep, drowning in what-ifs. The trained Takeshi practiced Mokuso, released attachment to winning, released fear of losing, slept well. The morning of the duel, he practiced Kokyu-ho, 5 cycles. His nervous system shifted from anxiety to readiness. The duel began. His opponent was faster than anyone he'd faced, more skilled, more aggressive. And here's what happened. Takeshi felt the fear, felt his body trying to flood with panic chemicals, but his breath stayed controlled. His mind stayed clear, not because he was fearless, because he was trained. He saw openings he would have missed before, made decisions he would have fumbled before. 3 minutes in, he scored first blood. Afterward, his sensei asked, "What was different?" "I was still afraid, sensei, but I wasn't controlled by the fear. I felt it. I breathed through it. I stayed present. The fear was there, but so was I." This is Fudoshin, the immovable mind. Not the absence of feeling, the presence of training. The modern battlefield. David is 28. Lawyer. No swords. Same nervous system. Big trial. His first as lead counsel. The old David, the one who disappeared under pressure, would have frozen, fumbled, let his anxiety show to the jury. 6 months ago, he started practicing the warrior trainings. The morning of trial. Mokuso. 5 minutes releasing attachment. I cannot control the verdict. I can only control my performance. In the bathroom before entering the courtroom. Kokyu-ho. 5 cycles. His heart rate drops. His mind clears. During cross-examination, opposing counsel asks a question he didn't prepare for. He feels the panic start. His old response would be to freeze. Instead, 1 warrior breath. 4 in, 4 hold, 6 out, 2 empty. His prefrontal cortex comes online. He answers clearly. The trial goes well, not because he got lucky, because his nervous system was trained. He uses these practices for difficult client meetings, conflicts with colleagues, moments when his daughter is screaming and he wants to yell, times when everything feels like it's collapsing. The method is the same. Breathe, clear, perform. Not because he's a warrior, because he trained like one. The principle. Here is what changes when you understand this. You stop believing you're broken. You start seeing you're untrained. The person who disappears under pressure isn't the real you failing. It's your nervous system doing its job. The wrong job, for the wrong situation. But your nervous system can learn new jobs. The 3 trainings. First, Kokyu-ho, your emergency reset. When stress hits, 5 cycles of warrior breath. 4 in, 4 hold, 6 out, 2 empty. This switches your nervous system from panic to performance. Second, Mokuso, your daily practice. 5 minutes each morning releasing attachment to outcomes. This lightens the psychological weight you carry into pressure. Third, Shugyo, your weekly challenge. Practice your key skills under deliberately uncomfortable conditions. This teaches your body, I function even when I feel bad. This is not mindset. This is training. And training rewrites your nervous system's default response to stress. Your practice. You commented at the beginning. The situation where you become someone else. For the next 30 days, train like a warrior. Every morning, 5 minutes of Mokuso. Sit. Notice anxieties about outcomes. Name them. Release them. This becomes your baseline. Every time pressure rises, 5 cycles of Kokyu-ho. Catch the stress early. Breathe yourself back to function. This becomes your intervention. Once per week, practice your pressure skill under deliberately difficult conditions. Tired, distracted, uncomfortable. This becomes your resilience. Write down what happens, how you felt, how you performed. The evidence will accumulate. Not belief, proof. Warriors train this way because battles don't wait for you to feel ready. Your important moments don't either. But unlike them, you don't need to face swords. You just need to face yourself under pressure. And now you know how to train for that. Subscribe to this channel. The video appearing now goes deeper into the neuroscience of stress response and gives you the complete warrior training protocol. Remember, you don't become someone else under pressure. You become untrained. And anything untrained can be trained. Train your nervous system. Everything else follows. See you in the next teaching.